Okay, in this video I'm going to show you very quickly how, if you're outside the UK, you can create your own BBC iPlayer account. Now, a BBC account is mandatory for watching BBC iPlayer, and although they're free, there are some restrictions. So let me just show you now what the problem is. Okay, so I'm on the BBC website and I'm clicking on register. So I have to click 16 or over, otherwise I won't be able to watch half the content. It's asking me for a date of birth, so I'm just going to put that in there, and anyone will do. Nobody's going to check, don't worry. And then you get to the main screen where you have to put in a email address and a password like that. Anything will do. The problem comes here if you're outside the UK at this point. You can see BBC has looked at my IP address and said, haha, that's a French IP address, and has put my country down as France. So, although it will allow you to create an account, it will be a limited account. You won't be able to watch BBC iPlayer, and you'll be directed through to the international version of BBC, which hasn't got any programs, TV clips. It hasn't got anything really. Well, it's just got all static BBC content, news and stuff. So this is the problem here. We won't be able to put anything here until we're in the UK. So how do we stop it looking up our IP address? Well, it's quite easy. Let me just show you now. Let's just close the browser. Okay, although we can't actually change our real IP address, we can hide it by using something called a VPN service, which I'm going to show you now. Here's the one I use. It's one of the most popular. I use it for two reasons. It works with the BBC, which most VPN services don't work with the BBC anymore because they've blocked the majority of them. A few do that work though, and NordVPN is one of them. And second, it's pretty cheap. So that's my primary reasons. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually select a UK server. I've got a few UK servers in the list here. Let's click that one. It's best to actually use specific servers. NordVPN has got certain BBC optimized servers that work best with them. They sort of maintain access on these, so it's best to use those rather than just click on the UK map, which auto allocates you one. I'll put a list of the best servers to use in the description below. Okay, so I clicked on a UK server and I've now made a VPN connection, which stands for Virtual Private Network, in case you're interested, but it's basically an encrypted tunnel between you and a VPN server. Now, as long as the VPN server is in the UK, the BBC will now see only the IP address of the server and not my real IP address. So it will think I am in Britain. So let's go back to the BBC iPlayer website, and we're going to click the sign in button and click on register now. Right, again we've asked 16 or over, and let's put our date of birth. And here it will ask for an email address. Just put any email address, one you've got access to, because it will ask you to click the registration link. Put a password in there, and you can see now the country has changed to United Kingdom, which is what we want. It's basically looked at and seen my VPN IP addresses in the UK. Right, click on UK. It'll ask me a few more things here now. I'll just scroll up the screen, and we can see it wants a postcode. Now, this is a UK postal address, like a US zip code. If you know one off the top of your head, just put it in. Any postcode will do as long as it's a valid UK postcode. If you don't know anyone, just go online and pick a business or anything. If you go to the Royal Mail site here, royalmail.find a postcode, and start typing in an address, it'll come up with loads of them. So just pick one and copy it as I say, it's not going to do any check to see whether you're there or anybody lives there. It just has to be a real postcode. So just paste that in there, and it's asking gender, and then click register. Oh, it's missed my, yeah, it takes your password out for some reason. You have to put it in twice. I'm not quite sure why. And there we go, and register, and you're registered. So you've now got a BBC account, and it'll ask you, do you want emails? And then it will ask you to check your email to verify your account, and that's it, basically. And then you will have a perfectly valid BBC account. It'll change your account to the email address when you've clicked your registration email. But it works straight out of the box. So make sure, obviously, that you have a UK IP address, so you're connected to a UK VPN server when you use it. Otherwise, it won't work. So you have to be in the UK to use it, but this is just how you create the account. Okay, and that's all, really. I'll put a description, in the description below, I'll put a link to the latest discounts for NordVPN if you're interested in that. Never pay full price. They've always got some deal on, but that link will take you to the latest deals, and also the servers you should use for the BBC. You will occasionally get the few errors. It'll say content won't play on this device, or it might think it might detect the odd IP address. Basically, just shut your computer down, or close your browser, shut your computer down, reboot it, and start again. You should be fine. Works better when you go straight to the BBC when you've just booted your computer up, rather than browsing normally, because you don't get the sort of foreign addresses in cookies and stuff like that. So that's basically it. I'll finish the video now, and thank you very much for watching. Take care.